everyone, I'm Buster Green, and welcome back to my weekly review of Gundam The Witch from Mercury. We're up to episode 2 today. Anyone who was expecting my review of Fudo Piase, sorry, that episode got held up, so I decided to do G-Witch instead this week since I had it ready. I need to mention at this time that I am pivotally close to being a monetized channel. I will get monetized if I can only get 58 more subscribers, and after I am monetized, I promise to release higher quality content such as my upcoming fully animated Japanese anime series, The Mutant Busters, which is a collaboration between me and some big-name veteran animators who are pushing me forward. In between this week and the last couple of weeks, a couple of big things have gone down on the G-Witch side of things. There have also been a ton of memes about how great the show is, how everyone's loving it, and how Soletta and Miriam are going to eventually have babies together, and Soletta will not understand what the fuck is going on because that seems to be a reoccurring gag in the show. And most importantly for me, during this past week, I read the entire Gundam Witch from Mercury Cradle Star novel, and it had some major revolutions for the show right off the bat, which I'm guessing are some big major twists coming down the road. Having read the novel, I feel like I got some top secret information in me, and the novel does a really good job at filling in all the events that happened to Soletta between the time she was a baby in the prologue and the time she went to school in episode 1. Anyway, I want to make this video as normal as possible for a wide audience, so I'm going to unfortunately hold back on all the juicy details I got out of the novel. If you want to know what I know, I put it in a separate video where I just read it live on the air and I'm like shocked. Otherwise, I'm just going to play coy until the show reveals the same information in its own way, and then I'll be like, haha, I knew about that. Okay, anyway, with all that out of the way, let's start our recap of episode 2. So we go back a few minutes to the end of the Jaturk battle where we see the Gundam again slay the Purple Delanza. The Andrew kid sees the Gundam, and now in this episode the scene is expanded, where we see all the other kids in the room react to that, plus their Haro further Google searches what a Gundam is, its backstory, and then it's all like, oh shit, that's the witch's Gundam, don't fuck with that thing. Anyway, Soletta continues to react to her impending destiny of gay marriage, but it turns out Miriam doesn't actually plan on going through with the marriage. Miriam still plans to run away to Earth. She just thinks that it's okay being engaged to Soletta because Soletta is a nervous raccoon girl who doesn't know how to interact with others and won't be a pushy suitor. And cue the opening credits. Oh hey, it's the Blessing again. The Blessing is the Oak now. Damn, the animation here is so sparkly. I need to take some notes here about how this animation is playing out because I'm seeing a lot of nice use of rainbow halos and light beams throughout this Oak. And now that I'm producing my own anime, watching other anime is really invigorating for me, especially this good modern shit. By the way, did everyone watch my new anime trailer? Me and my animation team worked so hard on it when we only got 80 views. Help. Also, this op is shipping Sue and Mio so hard, especially with all the slight Udina callbacks. I love that the title screen is pure mecha though, so we're getting some hardcore lesbian robot action in this show. Okay, anyway, so back to the school. We get the immediate reaction by all the kids to Ghoul losing the duel, and then a bunch of full quality demis with guns come down and they arrest Soletta. Soletta and the Ariel are arrested for using a Gundam. Very interesting terminology there. And yeah, things get very serious now. So Soletta is arrested, and this scene here where she's interrogated, giving me such hard Zeta Gundam vibes. If this was Zeta Gundam, Quattro Vagina would just show up here and rescue her right now, and then she'd join the AUG. So I guess we're at the start of what I think is the witch trial. So then we go back to these guys. Who the fuck are these guys? The executives, the office, the business table people? Ugh, I'm so removed from boardroom politics. Are they the boardroom? I haven't watched American Psycho in a decade, so I forget how executives conduct a business. But anyway, these guys think Soletta is a witch, and they contemplate how she has a Gundam, and they void her duel results so she can't gay marry Miriam. And if her duel results are voided, then Miriam has to marry that jerk Ghoul Jaturk again. Anyway, Soletta's friend Nika shows up, and you get a minor scene where you find out she's originally from Earth. And then we go back to all these bad boys, including that Andrew kid Elon. Wait, Elon? Really? Ugh, that's so 2022. Anyway, he now seems regretful about identifying the obvious Gundam that everyone saw, but also depressingly says he's never going to fall in love. Does he have a thing for Soletta? I mean, she's kind of cute. Anyway, so Miriam goes back to her tomato house where all the tomatoes live, and more bad kids show up there to shit on Soletta and mention they're going to destroy her Gundam. Miriam eventually is upset by this, so she leaves the tomato house and denies them all tomatoes. She says if they take any of the tomatoes, she's going to kill them, And at that point, Relina cried. JK, Relina's not here, but yeah, Relina used to cry when people threatened to kill her. Anyway, that would have been a really good ending for this episode. So we finally see Pink Afro Girl Choo Choo. She's just Nika's friend, and someone walks by and spits dirty gum on Nika's mashed potatoes. Ew. That's fucking racist. Are they being racist against her because she's from Earth? That's kind of the reverse of the way it usually goes in Gundam. But then again, this is a space school. So at this point, Miorine tries to use her political power to see Soletta, but she's denied because she's a child. And then the president also kicks Miorine out of school and decides he's going to arrange his daughter's own marriage. Yeah, he probably should. I wonder if he knows he's going to be killed over this. Anyway, Miorine freaking has a nervous breakdown at this point, and she's absolutely pissed because she realizes she has no say in her life. They don't let her play the piano anymore, and yeah, Miorine seems like she's kind of screwed. So she goes into the toilet and she plays a dumb phone clicker game to relieve her stress. And I'm not sure what's up with these robots on the phone clicker game. They look a little bit like super deformed Zagox, but they have wings and ugly faces, and I don't know what they are. Maybe they're unique units to this Gundam series, and I'll be pretty impressed if they show up later. Anyway, then some mysterious European woman shows up with the intention of smuggling Miorine out of the colony. Apparently she paid a smuggling group to help her escape to Earth, and they're giving her another shot because I guess Soletta flubbed her first escape attempt. So she thinks it over for a second, then she says she's going to go. And she escapes from all her Secret Service people, and her father kind of doesn't care since he knows where she's going, which is the Earth. Then, meanwhile, we go to Gulch Turk, who gets punched in the face for wrecking his mobile suit and fucking up his dad's crazy assassination attempt. Now, enter Lady Prospera. This is a really important part of the episode. Now, I know exactly who she is because I've already read the Cradle Star novel, which gives away her identity. So this scene is cool for me now because I know what she's up to. Now, I'm not going to reveal it until the show does, but she's a big thing in the show, and she may or may not be the show's Char Aznable type villain, or she might also be a Quattro Vagina type support figure. So I have no clue if she's evil or not right off the bat, but definitely we're going to start off with her sliding to the evil side just because she's wearing a mask, but I know why she's wearing a mask. Anyway, meanwhile, Elon Musk gives Soletta lunch and says he's interested in learning more about her, which makes her totally do a heterosexual blush. Then we go back to the whole Lady Prospera scene, which is like the heart of this episode. The council asks Lady Prospera if she's a witch, and she denies it. Then they ask her how she built a Gundam. Now, Prospera shocks everyone by saying it's not a Gundam, it's a brand new mobile suit that uses brand new drone technology. And she straight up bluffs her way through this interrogation. Now, here's what I love about this. If you guys watched the prologue, they explained that all the old Gundams had this kind of computer error that killed all the pilots. But the Ariel is the first Gundam that has that fixed. And on that fact alone, Prospera completely tries to bluff her way out of trouble, with the main crux of the argument being, this is not a Gundam because this works. And that is so fucking devious, because these guys have never seen a working Gundam before, so they have no clue what to base their observations on. And I fucking love that, because that is so fucking smart. Now, Iron Lung Dude does call her out for using an old Iraq War style, absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence argument. And yeah, she just keeps on bluffing her way through this thing, which is a great fucking scene. Like, she also reveals her prosthetic arm and throws it at dude, and she's like, boo-hoo, I lost my arm on Mercury. And I'm not sure if she's telling the truth or not about this, but it's possible, so I'm going to accept it. But once again, that's a decoy move. So what if she lost her arm? That's completely unrelated to the argument about whether or not this mobile suit is a Gundam. Like, again, they asked her, is this a Gundam? And she's like, I lost my arm on Mercury. So at this point, the president steps in and he's just like, that's a Gundam because it looks like a Gundam. Which it does. And now, this is turning really bad, but then just at the last second, Miorine somehow breaks into the room. And I thought she was going to run away from the scene before, so this is completely impressive. Now, she has a full-on explosive teenage girl meltdown and calls out her dad on all his shit at his job in front of all his coworkers. God damn. Now, her dad says that she has no authority to even be in the room, and he's also pissed that he's telling her what to do. So then he declares himself a king and her a powerless woman, and wow, that's pretty black and white. Then she quotes Soletta's motivational speech and challenges her dad to a duel to preserve her gay marriage to Soletta. Now, Jaturk's dad also steps in at this point on Soletta's behalf, since he wants to see more of the Gundam Steel in action, since it trashed his mobile suit, and he wants to learn to make better mobile suits from this encounter. So then there's a little bit of a back and forth between all the executives, and then we cut back to Soletta staring into her styrofoam box. Now, Mirin bushes in, they hug romantically, and Mirin tells Soletta that she has to win or her Gundam will be destroyed. And the episode, once again, with Soletta being horrified and screaming in shock, just like the first episode. I love that. And now we see the show's proper ending for the first time, with the girls stuck inside of Jules. Very, very girly, but the song is a rock-solid Gundam song. Could have easily been on Gundam 00, and that's what I'm here for. Now, after the episode, there's a stinger where we see the green basic Zaku 2-type Delanzas fighting a mysterious red mobile suit. Wow, holy fuck, maybe it is Lieutenant Quattro come to save Soletta. Also, holy extra shit, it has beam saber funnels? What the fuck is that? Oh wow, is that a Gundam? Anyway, here's some more fan art. Wow, that shit at the end is hot, huh? So yeah, post episode 2, I'm a little stuck in a rut with how very similar this is all playing out to the first episode of Zeta Gundam, which makes me think it's either going to play out like that or go off the rails. Still though, the Super Robot Wars part of me really wants to see Soletta and Mirin run away to like an AU style political group, probably led by this red mobile suit guy, probably while their parents like freak out and try to get them back just for political intrigue. Maybe I'm wrong though, and the whole series will take place in a high school, but that seems kind of boring, right? Especially for like a globe-trotting Gundam series. Like, I'm wondering if they'll visit like other planets, especially since the entire Cradle Star novel like seemed to take place on Mercury. The other big thing in this episode is the introduction of Lady Prospera. Once again, I know who she is because it's in the novel, but there are super obvious hints in this episode, like from the way it's edited. So even if you didn't read the novel, it's kind of like really obvious, especially if you watch the prologue. There were clues there too. Anyway, yeah, otherwise, this was an interesting episode since they kept Soletta in jail the entire episode staring at a styrofoam cup while they developed all the other characters. And I guess this was mostly a Mirin episode retroactively. Anyway, it sounds like next time Soletta's going to humiliate Gold Jaturk again, but that would just be a rerun. So I'm really expecting something to go crazy and like the AU to show up and like rescue Soletta and Mirin, and then everyone will run away. Anyway, that's why I'm hoping is happening. Come on, AU, go rescue those girls. Alright, anyway, I was me, Buster Green. This is my review of Gundam Episode 2. Please subscribe. I'm 58 subscribers from getting monetized. And once I'm monetized, I'll start doing crazy stuff again. Alright, later, guys.